I watched. I've got this Apple TV for 3 months still, and there's not a lot on there that I'm too interested in watching. Foundation is what I watched initially, but make sure we talk into our mics this week, because last week we weren't talking into our mics very well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So, but there's a couple documentaries on there, like the Beatles Get Back is on there, and it's all, an 8-hour thing that's all footage derived from their documentary they did about the making of that record. But Peter Jackson, the Lord of the Rings guy, went in and did a big, extensive documentary expose thing. It's just deep dive into all that footage, and I've not looked into that yet, but everyone loves it who loves the Beatles. And then the Beastie Boys documentary is pretty good. They wrote a book a while ago, and then they went on a tour and showed a lot of photographs and just did a big lecture kind of tour where they did a retrospective view of their whole career, and then filmed it and made this documentary. So it's a pretty nice documentary. It's a gloss, and it's a pretty it peels back the already very thin veneer of mystery that surrounds this band. They're not very, they're pretty upfront and not very super mysterious. Like they're just, you're getting what you're getting. And so there's not much under the curtain that you don't already know, but then they do expose it. It's like, they're just as silly and goofy as you'd think.
Gotcha.
They're not anymore you might, if you don't know too much about them, you might get a lot of insight into them, actually, because they grew up a lot being a bunch of goofballs and pranksters and bro frat boy kind of a thing. They didn't start out as this bro frat boy thing. They just kind of that was thrust upon them with success, and they ran with it because money and drugs and girls. But then it's so it's interesting. It's an interesting watch. Yeah, I wasn't unhappy with it. We should probably start a show.
All right. Well, let's do that. Well, let me put this down.
Jingle the bells here. Things. Oh, careful.
I need to jingle the bells. And I need to put my sunglasses on so we could turn the lights on, because the lights aren't on.
Yeah.
Black, gray sky, hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. It feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long. These days are being free. These days are
There we go. We're doing a weird abstract opening. Check this out, people. Woohoo! We're being weird, but we're blaming it on the heat.
Oh, this light's not on either.
It's like, okay. We got a massive heat wave pummeling us right now. So
It's not that hot.
we're all dying.
It was nice.
Streets are melting.
Fucking bright.
Tires are
Jesus
melting
Christ.
on the streets. I know, that's why I put my sunglasses on first. Cause yeah. No, it's not. I mean, it's warm.
Dude, we'd by this time last year we had 2 weeks of 90 and 100 degrees.
Oh, I know.
weather.
Yeah, that was even worse.
Yeah,
I mean, we're just at the beginning of something, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind some of it. If it was a dry heat, I wouldn't mind it at all. But it's the humidity.
Well,
that's what.
It's not about you.
That's
man.
what. I know it's not about.
All right.
me. I know.
I'm
sick.
You know
No,
what it is
just-
about? It's about welcoming everyone to the show. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome
All right, let me
to-
see.
Welcome.
All right.
Welcome.
Well, it's adapted good enough.
All right. Let me get this out. Welcome to the MAWPCAST 1 radio program. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
We're your hosts. I'm Potter.
I'm Chris.
And we come here when we come here.
Yep.
We put on a show.
Ashley's not here, and Ginger's not here. They're Ashley's at her other occupation, and Ginger is sitting at home in the air conditioning room, probably on her back with the Mai Tai, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Probably watching TV or something. So
Yep.
yeah. So that's what's going on. I just got back from Washougal. Went down there with Ashley and hung out with the animals and sat out amongst the stars and saw something that was kind of weird. And I was talking to Potter about it earlier. Maybe somebody could give me some insight on this, because it was kind of a strange occurrence that I saw. Because I saw several things, and a couple of them I was able to identify, or I believe I identified them. As I saw a couple meteors, small meteors or debris or whatever the hell, some like that coming in through the sky and stuff. And then I believe I saw the space station, because it was pretty bright and it was just steady going and stuff, and it wasn't a plane or nothing like that. But it was far enough away, and I could tell that's most likely what it was. But when we first laid down, we looked up, and I was trying to describe it to Potter. But if you hold your arm out, and between your index finger and your thumb, you have about 1.5 inches distance. You hold that up arm's length. That's the distance that I saw a light that was just like turn off and on, and it went, from one side to the other. It wasn't like just a light, but it just went from one side to the other. But it was like 12 of them, all within an area of about a softball, if you hold your hands out in a softball diameter. So it's like zip, 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 like 12 times in this one little area. And I was just like going, what the heck was that? And now she was saying the same thing. What the heck was that? She all said, did you see that? And it was just odd. And I was thinking that it may have been Starlink satellites, but I thought it was just odd that it was this one area. And it was just like 12 or 13 times. And we sat there for like well over an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, to see if it would recur again. And I didn't see anything after that. I mean, I'm sure that maybe if I would have sat there longer, I may have. But yeah, but it was kind of odd, kind of weird. So
Interesting.
Are you trying to see if there's anything on there?
Well, I Googled this, what the space station looks from your sky, or from the, whatever it says.
From the ground, or from another satellite? Because that looks like it's from another satellite.
The question was,
because basically if you picture the brightest star in the sky,
yes,
right? The brightest star in the sky, just slightly larger than that, was about what it was, and about approximately how bright it was moving across the sky.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Either that or we saw a UFO, but I really doubt that it was that. I'm pretty sure it was like the space station. Either that or another very large satellite, because it was pretty big, for me to be able to see it on the ground. Because we saw other satellites, and they're just like a little pin dot that moves and stuff. But this is like obviously not that.
It would take a little bit of digging to really
All right.
figure something out here for you. But there's a lot of people saying, well, this is what it looks like, and here's some images of it, but they're not giving me really great images. So you'd really have to sit down and dig in. There's videos about it, though, like they're saying you can definitely see it. And so our sky is just cluttered to fuck with stuff.
Oh yeah,
like and densely layered. So
yep. I know. I saw it. What was I saw? It was like a meme, but it was like interactive meme that moved, and it showed satellites, and it shows. Yeah. It's just like a fucking cluster.
Just imagine
how
they
have to schedule rocket flights.
Yeah, well, just imagine how much garbage is in the ocean, and that's how much garbage we put in space. We put garbage everywhere. Absolutely. Yeah. There's satellites that don't work. What's that?
We're going to the moon next. Then we're going to fill that with garbage.
Yeah. We'll make a landfill there.
We're going Mars too.
If the moon is hollow like they all suspect, then we'll just fill that thing with garbage. It's like,
there you go.
See, that's how you know the Earth isn't hollow. That theory's just been disproven. Because if it was hollow, we'd filled it with fucking garbage.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe we already did fill it up
Yeah, I don't think so.
from past generations and stuff.
But there could be like people living down there, Morlocks and stuff like that. Don't start that sniffing, because I had to edit the show a lot last week because of the sniffing.
Yeah, okay. I will do my best. I will do my best.
And actually, the video I didn't edit the sniffing, so people watch the video, they're like, "Wow, that's a lot of sniffing."
I know it's allergies.
Yeah.
I have terrible allergies, but I'm working on that. I'm just trying not to take some allergy medicines. Make me extremely tired and just want to sleep, and that's no fun. You can't really get much shit done when you're continuously tired and want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I understand. I do understand. I have
Oh,
similar problems.
So what you got planned for this hot weather? Just are you gonna do any gardening or anything? Or?
I've been dabbling in gardening. Getting actually, like, the garden is pretty rad going on right now. Like, because started late, didn't do a ton, and so while there's a lot growing, it's not as diverse as I would usually grow. Growing a lot of turnips with my friend there, and potatoes specifically, and a lot of other things, vegetables of various kinds, lettuce and cabbage and kale and tons of other things. Tomatoes, obviously, is something staple that I'll always grow. But there's a lot of potatoes, like more potatoes than I've ever grown. And so I'm starting to get away from the mic. I'm talking to the mic. You're a little far away from it too, actually, because you're even quieter than me. Don't get too close. Don't be cute, because cute's not cute. It's not. It's like, I got to edit this thing, right?
I didn't say anything the whole time. So
Yeah.
you have to edit nothing.
Like, you don't understand. You don't know what it's like. What I need to do is make you edit the fucking show. I need to make you do it. I need to teach you all the things and make you do it. First, I should make a video of me doing all this stuff, and then you'd, like, if I just kept it all in real time too, a real time video.
Well, I got to figure out how to run it through my mixer. And then everything could be pre-compressed. Everything could be already.
Yeah. That's a fantasy. That doesn't exist. That's Lord of the Rings shit, right?
Well, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I almost got the money for the computer now.
Again.
So once that's done, then I'm going to be able to have access to all the programming for real.
This is
awesome. Wizards
with laser swords.
Yes, it is. It is. Right. But, I mean, it's happening.
It'd be more realistic for me to skateboard to Mexico than...
To Mexico.
Like... I'm just saying, at this point...
You know what? At one time, you would do that. You know that.
At one time, I would. I would have probably, like, ditched the skateboard really quickly.
Well, yeah.
Like, or at least,
but at first, you would have been reluctant to. It would have taken you a while to have ditched it, I think.
I might not have at all. Like, shit, dude, I used to skateboard, because, unlike most people who skated to be cool... and to do tricks, and I guess to get girls or whatever the fuck they were doing that for. I don't know what they were doing that for. But I would skate as a conveyance to get me someplace, like a skateboard, a bicycle, whatever. It was just a means for me to get from
transportation,
Puyallup to Parkland, and I would do it all the time. I would ride bike or skateboard from Puyallup to Parkland all the time, because Parkland is where the action was. That was where the girls were, and the drugs and the booze was, the parties, everything.
Yep.
So, yeah, I would...
I would always have a bike, BMX.
Yeah. Bikes, see, you'd get someplace, but then, like, so for instance, if I was going to a party, I would be going from South Hill Puyallup down like 128th or 112th, depending on if I was hitchhiking or what I was doing, riding a bike or skateboarding. The 112th would be more conducive to skateboarding because there's more sidewalks, at least, generally, not entirely, not all the time, but, you can hop on sidewalks or the road, skateboard a little bit.
Yep.
Road isn't as safe.
No, not
128th, there's not a lot of options.
Oh, there's not.
Yeah.
There's street. That's it. And it's not good street.
Not good street.
Skateboards.
No, not good street to even walk on, like a lot of times. There's not a lot of shoulder ditches, no sidewalks. 128th kind of sucked, but especially in those days. But I would often ride my bike down 128th, like just like that was nothing.
On a bike, heck yeah.
Yeah. No hands. I would stop at Carolyn's and get some JoJo's and a 32 ounce cherry
Oh, I
Coke.
know that gas station.
Yep.
On Canyon?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. 32 ounce of cherry Coke and JoJo's, and I would eat that shit while I rode out to Parkland. This goes all the way back to like 86, 87.
With no hands.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And, but anyway, so when I would go to the bowling alley, Parasite Bowling Alley, to look for a party.
Yep. Always ask the security guard.
Well,
He
depends
was
on
the one
who's
that always
working.
knew where they were.
Yeah, it depends on who's working.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You're disrupting my train of thought here.
Sorry.
That's okay. If I'm riding a bike out there, then I'm stuck with the bike.
Yes.
That's what the
Yes.
point I'm trying to get to,
Yep.
which was not good because then I'd have to chain a bike up or stash a bike somewhere, something like that. Can't do that. Like, that's a hassle. That's like, so if anything, I'm going to hitchhike out there or skateboard. And it became more and more hitchhiking because then I don't have to carry anything. Carrying things is an encumbrance. And I wasn't into backpacks or bags. Bags weren't cool. Carrying things isn't cool. It's not cool at all.
I was always lucky and was able to either find somebody with the truck, or I got a ride with the keg, so I just took my bike with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was able to ride it back or get a ride to somewhere, or I would just, from where it was, I would know the address, because I've always been really pretty good with the address. If someone give me an address, I could pretty much find anywhere. But
Yeah, I wasn't that good.
Huh?
I wasn't that good. And I was
Yeah.
also younger and way more wasted. And so
yeah, I was doing more observing than actual doing a lot of it, because I don't know, I just didn't want to do anything stupid. So I figured if I watched people, I knew what not to do and what I could do, what I could get away with, what I couldn't get away with, blah, blah, blah. And then I just realized that there was a lot of stuff that I just didn't want to do. So I was just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it.
yeah, I was always,
But I would always like smoke pot, but
yeah,
drink beer.
I was always with older people who were more or less looking out for me. They would let me be stupid up to a point. And then go, okay, dummy.
Well, yeah, and yeah, there was those people too. That I when I dabbled with dumb stuff, but yeah, I mean, of course, I always got pneumonia.
Yeah.
If I did anything really bad, so that was such a short part of my life, dealing with that stuff that it's really not that big of a deal. I just kind of don't even really think about it too much and stuff. And I'm kind of glad in ways because I look back at a lot of friends and stuff and people in the past, and it's just
Yeah.
You
You should party responsibly. It's not necessarily a lifestyle.
yes, exactly, absolutely.
I mean, it can be like the rock and roll life can be lots of fun and enduring for your entire life if you are responsible. But if you're not, you burn out and fade away. That's what they say.
And on that note,
That's right.
Let us pray when the wind is in our hair.
Sister Mary Motorcycle,
Ride with us.
Saint Sunny,
Ride with us.
Saint Magoo,
Ride with us.
Saint Blues,
Ride with us.
Rotten Robert,
Ride with us.
Gentleman Jim,
Ride with us.
Saint Cue-Ball,
Ride with us.
all ye holy brothers and sisters,
Ride with us.
all ye holy angels,
Ride with us.
Saint Snake,
Ride with us.
Saint Johnny,
Ride with us.
all ye glory stompers,
Ride with us.
all ye black rebels,
Ride with us.
from bad weather,
Sister Mary, deliver us.
from flat tires,
Sister Mary, deliver us.
from loose gravel,
Sister Mary, deliver us.
from the man,
Sister Mary, deliver us.
from the unbelievers.
Sister Mary, deliver us.
On the run, keep the cycle in the gear. They will be done. Let the crowd suck up the beer. Hatred, slain of those who ride. Shovel head, pan, and electric cloud. Enough for the ration of fear.
Let's get it cracking. Big dope, multi-platinum right here is where it's happening. Ain't no frauds in my faction. Shocked by my reaction, excel at where you lacking. Dispel your phony tactics, ball hard, urban magic. Spit game is savage. You niggas done been tamed. House broken and neutered while your bitch in the streets, man. You better reframe before I start to call names. Louder than the Hawks game, you niggas on the wrong team. We spittin' gang green, dirty money, head clean. Wari motor, rev mean, blind 'em with the smoke screen. You quote Charlie Sheen, I'm quoting Socrates. Wisdom begins in wonder, now come and follow me. Why should we let them breathe? Pussy nigga, never me. I'm harder than you'll ever be, so please act accordingly. These dudes is boring me. I need some real comp. I might just say some shit to go and piss Hov off. I heard you looking for the real, you can find it over here. You can find it over here. You can find it over here. Yeah. I heard you looking for the real, you can find it over here. You can find it over here. You can find it over here. Yeah. You know I say where the real at, that's somewhere that you ain't seen. You niggas sideshow acts, I'm on the main screen. I make the mic scream and make your ass choke. These niggas easy to knock, we call them Glass Joe. They call me Iron Mike, so hide your kids and hide your wife. And stay your ass inside, cause killers they gon' shoot on sight. It's 30 days a night, and yeah they out for blood. And go for self because the game ain't showing no love. We got it sold up, Gucci bag loaded up. Duffel bag hustle, boy, these niggas wasn't bold enough. We kill them with a touch, then watch them burn slow. We blowing on that good draw, on this we let the hood know. I'm still the voice for y'all, until we all ball. It's K's up, no makeup, that's just your face off. I never play soft, it's always hardcore. I'm eagle on that bar 4, salute me on my encore. I heard you looking for the real, you can find it over here. You can find it over here. You can find it over here. Yeah. I heard you looking for the real, you can find it over here. You can find it over here. You can find it over here. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so terrible at that. Yeah, okay.
Hi, everybody. We found some songs to play.
Hey.
And we played them.
That's some good stuff, too.
Yeah, you just heard Mr. Vaughn doing The Real.
Yeah.
And you heard Point of Entry doing Out in the Cold. Flight did Time Away. So these are some old songs. Point of Entry there, that was from 1991. Flight was from 1983.
Yeah. That's the first time I heard of them. That's great. I mean, there's so much great music coming out of this area. That's good music.
Yeah, that you never even heard or knew about. Flight was the same band as, well, we'll get to that in a second. We'll finish telling you what you heard. You also heard Bone Flower. That was from the 90s. Confused. And Girl Trouble started us off with a song called Sister Mary Motorcycle. Yes. Classic. So that band, Flight, we've talked about them briefly before. Because...
is this part of that?
No, that's different.
Oh.
They were, like, we played this band Red Sky, you see. And Flight is basically Red Sky. Flight was around first. They started in the 80s. And then for a while, they kind of morphed into this band Red Sky with just 3 of the members. But then they came back and became Flight again. The singer lady, she left, Christy Faye. At least she wasn't in Red Sky. She's the big difference. Because on that Flight record, dudes sing on the Flight record also. It's not just her singing. It's a mix of both male and female vocals. Yeah.
But is it like either or is it always combined?
It's either or combined. It's all a mix of everything. And a mix of music too. Like same with that Flight record. That Flight record is pretty straightforward 80s stuff with a quirky new wave song at the end, and there's a quirky new wave song on the Flight record also. It's interesting.
Nice.
It's good stuff. It's very competent.
Well, I know. I was just totally digging it. I mean, it was cool. Very solid writing and stuff. And
yeah, they were great. No, hey, thanks.
Your ash right there.
Oh yeah. Need an ash bib.
This rock and roll, that was too bad.
Getting deep into the Big Brother season now.
Yes.
Big Brother. I know you don't know anything about Big Brother. Don't
I
care.
don't. So
watch Big
any
Brother.
reference that I say positive towards that, it's just me pulling out of my butt.
Yeah, you have no idea.
No idea.
It's trash TV that most people don't watch, and for good reason. But there's a lot of people that do watch it, and it's got its franchises all over the world, and people watch it. It's a good brand.
There's several different variations of it.
It's a brand of television for sure. There are Survivors and Big Brothers all over the world in other countries, because other countries are like, fuck, we could do this.
We could do that.
It's such an easy thing to produce, and really, the thing is, like, so game shows are game shows. That's what they are. It's a game show, and it's a game show that just lasts for a while and is a bit extreme and weird, and it's also got this social element of living in a house with other people that's super weird. So this season started off with a whole bunch of almost entirely unlikable people. It's just like, oh, wow.
Everybody sucks.
Wow, everybody sucks. This is like, wow. Like, there's a couple of people that are all right, but they're like not really giving us much. And it's like, and then they start ganging up on this girl. So there's this black girl. She was Miss Michigan. She's a beautiful woman, in her mid to late 20s. Very well-spoken, intelligent, nice girl, by all accounts, in every respect, just a seemingly great person that other people started to not like, and
Felt
just
threatened by her or something.
Something. Yeah. So one girl made up some shit about this girl. Said, "Oh, this girl said some shit. This girl's catty. This girl's a bitch. Blah, 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 blah." And this spread like wildfire, and then all of a sudden everyone hates her. Everyone's all like, well, not everyone. Some are like, well, I've never seen her doing anything like this, but I guess you're saying so. It's weird, but okay. So it just starts to go like that, and it's increasingly like that. And so they're trying to get this girl out. And this one girl, the youngest girl on the show, who is trying to spearhead this thing to get her out, eventually has her in a position where she's going to get her out. Like, she's got her on the block and and got the votes to get her out. And so this young girl, though, starts to spiral. Like, just starts to lose it. She's not sleeping. She's been in there for like several days, a week at this point, maybe longer. And she starts to like
start getting funny.
Yeah, just start like we're in a simulation. Got to eat a banana, get out of the simulation, and like weird, just being weird. And so people watching the like, because there's live feeds 24/7, so people can watch, and so people start to be like, viewers start to be concerned, and house guests start to be concerned, and eventually this girl leaves the show, like herself. The girl who's starting to lose her mind loses her mind, or whatever happens comes to a head, and she, for her mental health, she's pulled, or for her mental health, she leaves. She's left the show. So that saves the girl who was going to get evicted, the black girl who everyone hated. But then everyone's like, oh, the black girl did it. She made her go crazy, something.
Oh, God.
So some people are like even more against the black girl now. And even she's just so sweet. She's not doing anything wrong. And so some people are like, and people can see the show. They're watching this like girl get attacked for no reason by people who are just making themselves look dumb. And it's not, again, the entire house, but long story short is some people do come around, and there's a while where it's like, it's just going to be the darkest timeline and the worst season. But then some people are like, nah, man, we could use this to our advantage and fuck these people over and get them. And that's basically what happened. And it made it like, now the whole season's great. And everyone in the world loves the show. Yeah. and it's created the types of things that, like, so people were bashing on this girl for not game related reasons. They're just being douchebags. Yeah. And so these other people were able to take it and get these people out for game related reasons. Like put the tables turned against them, and they're not being dicks to them. They're not being dicks to the people. They're just being like very, very cordial and nice. They're like, yeah, this sucks. So
Wow.
it's interesting. People, and we get caught up in things like it. What a lot of viewers don't understand is how easy it is to misread, misconstrue, be wrong, and live that wrongness.
Oh, yeah.
Like to own it. To just be, no, this is the way it is because this is the way I understand it. My
Well,
feelings
if it's
are
said enough over and over and over and over and over and over, people tend to believe that stuff.
yeah.
And that's been
And-
proven over and over.
And a couple of things can lead you to a perception that clouds your vision and makes you see things wrong. It's like, oh, now I don't see things right because I believe something that is untrue in the first place. The foundation of the principles are wrong. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, what I'm trying to say is like, there needs to be some empathy towards them and a way to diffuse that. So when someone is kidnapped and brainwashed, then they have to be deprogrammed. There needs to be a way to deprogram these people that is not harming to their mental health. Because when you believe something that's not true, you're in a fragile mental state. You very much believe that it is true. And people who are contradicting you are threatening you. They're a threat to you. You're like, I don't know a good example to be, but I can't give a good example without being very insulting, so I'm not going to give a good example right now. But the show is entertaining now, and that's all that matters.
That's good. That's good.
And the hatred and vitriol towards this poor innocent woman has been stemmed. There's people standing up for her, and that's nice to see, because that's something that doesn't usually happen. You don't usually see those things happen on these shows where people are like, oh no, that's just not right, and we're not going to stand for it anymore. And that's really good to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really had too many TV shows I've been watching lately. Actually, the only thing I've been watching lately is it's not really TV shows. It's more, it's like YouTube, but it's this guy called Bad Chad.
Bad Chad.
And he builds cars.
Oh yeah.
But he builds cars that look so freaking different from normal cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they're not really, I guess, they're like a show car. Or something that you would drive around to like shows or to,
funny cars
to
and
show off and stuff.
Monstermobiles.
It's nothing like you would drive to work every day. Some of them you might. I mean, you'd be pretty badass if you did.
Yeah.
But they're just unusual and stuff. And and I've just been watching a lot of that for. I guess I've been trying to give myself ideas for my van. So when I start working on my van again and stuff, because I'm getting to that point where I'm pretty sure I found all the leaks in it and stuff. So now I could start making some sort of a bed storage area and stuff, so I could hold my everyday van shit, and then a storage area for like when I go camping or whatnot.
If you could jack the back up and get monster truck tires on the back, but then have like tiny tires on the front.
Oh, I thought about doing that actually, but not to a massive degree. But I thought about putting big fat tires on the front and back, jack it up a little bit in the back, and just get air ride. And then like when I'm parked, I could level it out and stuff or whatever. If I'm camping, I can level it out or whatnot. So, but yeah, I've been wanting to do a hot rod, just crazy paint scheme on and stuff. But I was thinking about doing like my own A-team paint scheme on it, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just something just because why not?
C-team?
Yep, the C-team. So instead of a red stripe, it'll be a fluorescent green stripe.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be very similar, and you could, yeah. I was going to say you could totally incorporate all of your UFO logo stuff into that, but it might distract the A-team vibe.
I don't want. Oh.
Yep. I don't think that worked.
I don't want to make it to look so cool that somebody wants to steal it.
Yeah.
But I want it to be cool. I just don't want it to be that cool.
That billowing smoke from the ashtray is pretty cool.
What's that?
Said that billowing smoke from the ashtray is pretty cool.
I know. This guy had a cool video effect.
There's one time I was working on this pot farm, and a lot of the pot got moldy because it rained early that season, and while it was much of it was mostly cured, it wasn't entirely cured. A lot of it was cured, but still moldy, so it had to go.
Oh.
And I had a pile as big as this table, bigger, like it was as tall as basically the camera, like a mound of it. I was throwing sacks of it onto this fire, burning it, billowing clouds of smoke. The wind would blow through this breeze, and it'd be like the cherry of a cigarette lighting up, and just billowing clouds of pot smoke.
Nice.
It was just a fancy, weird, surreal experience.
Yeah, I've never had anything like that. Yeah.
It was, a shame. Like there was such a surplus on this farm that it really wasn't putting a dent in anything significantly. It was still a just unfathomable amount of weed to just burn.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh my goodness.
That's the bad part about it is, I mean, if you were able to get the oil out of it prior to that, I mean, cool. But I mean, at that point, it's already too late at that point. So, I mean, you probably couldn't even get a decent oil out of it. But then again, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I mean, I'm sure it would have a taste to it that would be.
Yeah, there was enough knowledgeable people around that I think if they could have done anything to salvage it, they would have.
Yeah.
There was one dude there, he was a very knowledgeable weed connoisseur in every respect, and he had this notion, this idea, this theory, and I don't know how theoretical how sound this all was, but he's like, so when the cola's molding, right, from the bottom up, the top is going to be, it's a delicacy. If it's still good, it's not molded, but he's like, that top is going to have all the, basically the theories, all the THC is going to that top.
Yeah.
And everything good. And
so it's right to before it gets moldy, that's like the best time, the most potent, most everything.
Yeah.
It's like that, that's that mushroom, whatever that mushroom that's in cow poop.
Oh yeah.
What was that mushroom?
Truffle.
It's a truffle. The truffle of weed.
I don't know that truffles are in cow poop, but they're these things are interesting. These kinds of, I don't know. I did not smoke it, but this man did smoke it. He was like, oh, yeah, he wanted that.
Well, I would try it. Because I'm sure at that point, it would probably have its most fruitiness, most citrusy type flavor at that point.
Man, my cheese is moldy. I'm throwing it away. I mean, I'll cut some off. I'll cut some off for a while, like a little, but
once it all is discolored, then it's time.
No, I mean if it's even if it's not moldy at the back, but it's moldy at the front, I'll cut the front off. But if it's moldy more than one spot, I'm done. If it I just don't fuck around with the mold too much. I'm not a big.
For me to tell how much there is, because I'll actually cut it off and then wash it, and then eat it right away. That's not something I would put away and stuff. But yeah, I would generally just chop it off, and for my own mental health, I would wash it just under water, rinse under water and stuff, and that's it.
See, I don't do that. I don't care about that. I figure,
but
I'm going to melt it.
I would have to have at least, if it's all molded, I would have to have at least a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of no mold.
See,
cut off.
I'll cut all sides. I'll cut all sides off. If I've gone that far just to get the internal non-moldy stuff. But I'm just saying, like that. There's got to be a pretty good sizable chunk of non-moldy stuff in there for me to go to that trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, if it's like half mold, half cheese, no.
And
that's not worth it that time. Unless it's like giant. So
I'm like, I don't just throw away food frivolously, but I also I'm all right. Problems with food. So eating things that I'm not going to be receptive to are not conducive to my health.
Yeah, I live with somebody that likes stale stuff. My stepdad, them take care of him and my mom, and he always bring up when I was young, we ate this like this, it's just like going,
yeah.
And I was just like, well, we have electricity refrigerators now. We don't have to put a block of ice in a box, to keep things cold. It's different from when you were a kid till now and stuff. And
well, there's some things that I'm trying to be more knowledgeable and aware of just about that whole era. Also, though, because they were able to live without some things for long periods of time.
That's why we have eggs on the counter.
Yeah.
You don't put eggs in the fridge.
That's great.
Eggs are on the counter. And not in direct sunlight, though. I mean,
the whole concept of a root cellar, something that we really should be more in touch with again. Like just putting, having a dry place that's cool to store roots and things like that in the winter, and potatoes and stuff like this. So like that you can grow those things next year. It's great. Growing things is great. Like knowing anything about growing is awesome. And roots are really handy. Root vegetables.
Absolutely. Yep. I know. My plants are all just loving life now. I mean, now that the sun's out and stuff. And
it's been really great weather.
Loving it. Got like 7 babies that might be given to some friends. And they're doing really super
good. This is one of the reasons why I had a slow start to the garden this year, but I wasn't too stressed about it because I wasn't planning on doing an excessive amount in the garden this year, and the weather was not great in the spring. It was just not wonderful. But I also anticipated it having a good long stretch of sunshine because climate change, and here we are in the middle of it. And this has been just great, like super great. So everything's caught up. Like a lot of the stuff that was a little behind, it's not behind anymore. Is it time for songs yet?
What's that?
Is it time for songs yet?
Well, we could do that. Let's just do it. Let's just do some songs. And
do you think it's early? We can do them. Doesn't matter.
What do the people say? Oh, the people say go into songs, and we'll figure it out later.
Yep.
What are you waiting? What are you waiting? What are you waiting for?
was the boy where I stack my chips. The notorious Southside home of them hilltop bricks. Take a walk through my city, but you might get dragged down. The homies rolling on 19 with the blue flags out. Sex, murder, and mayhem, big wheels and fly whips. Dead ends with dead bodies, with hoes working the strip. Those that be begging and flossing don't come around often. Those that be talking get measured for the talking. We ain't living for the homie, don't play that shit. We got itchy trigger fingers, let the AKs around here. Get the straight mash for the cougar. So move, it's like Mr. Gold Computer. The little locals will do you for a little bit of nothing. We hungry out here, living on chicken and shit. So when you come to the top, better respect them. They can't slack when they try to get their heads back.
Cause I'm from Hilltop, Hilltop. I look up for the 2 by 3 that got shit online, online. We don't back down for nothing, so when the phone fire.
Young killers on that bop on your rooftop, laying that seats in our gas to dry. You don't want it with the Hilltop, so proceed with caution. The smell of the butcher shop will bake your nauseous. The sight of dead bodies will make you vomit. And at the age of 13, little loafers out here walking. Blue rags in their left pocket, blue strings in their chucks. Personal murder plot serving cream to the cups. All about they Ghetto with 9 Z's in their necks. With riders on the lookout, and that's what's up. This is the hood that they warned you about. Where rims get stole, cars get jacked, and out of towners get bound cold. The hood where they get wet and throw darts at popo. Get dissed out and fuck acres love that bomb throw. When my ninjas roll SUVs on Deuce Cove. TVs in the headrest with Lambo domes. With old schools with drop tops, even though it always rains. From Brooklyn Cars to 6 phone calls and Dana
Cause I'm from Hilltop, Hilltop. I look up for the 2 by 3 that got shit online, online. We don't back down for nothing, so when the phone fire.
Young killers on that bop on your rooftop, laying that seats in our gas to dry. What you know about the Bluebird Browns of K Street, or the dead homie Big Clown and Blue? Back when the Cuban rolled around, hella demon had the best work moving on the Z-Town street. When the blocks they flooded, never had a drought seas. When cats rolled trues and bows, but no G's. Before the cameras and snitches, alley cats and one pieces. There was hilltop killers, beans and dope killers. When OG3s was HTB. When the OGs from Lakewood claimed HTC. When we mounted up and hit the streets 200 deep. When the park rangers had a shootout with cats from Ashby. When the Ashby's connected with them hilltop niggas. Had a shootout and chased out some Cali niggas. When Slick was still moving and the well was still around. And the 2 by 3 was 206 and called through the sound.
Cause I'm from Hilltop, Hilltop. I look
one for my regulars, man. My dudes who kept it 100 from day one. You know, there's a lot of Pepsi new generation dudes out here putting black guys in the game, making their mouths sound like airplanes till it's time to fly. Get your weight up, baby. Southside.
So people can hear the fucking songs, so they can hear the songs, like you can hear them, like you're not just someone talking about a band, you're not looking at a picture, you're hearing it. So, and that's what makes people like your music, is hearing it over and over and over again, hearing it over and over. Sometimes I repeat songs because people need to hear those songs. They need to, that song, I loved that song, I need that song. Like, I need that song, I love that song, or I forgot about this song, or I've never heard this song. So if I hadn't repeated it, they wouldn't heard it. Like like we have a pretty niche avenue where some songs you're only ever going to hear here. This is the only place you're ever going to hear some songs.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I agree with that 100% with a lot of, because I've tried to look up, because you've mentioned songs before on the show that I tried to look up that I couldn't find. I couldn't find in any way, shape, or form anywhere until You put it on, and then I was able to find it. But that was the only way I was able to find a lot of this stuff. So we are doing a huge favor to the world by like documenting and keeping this stuff archived, because I mean, it's harder to keep it. It's harder to keep it. You know, the vinyls, the tapes, the stuff. It's harder to keep it, you know, within a stable condition that you can actually listen to it again or use it or whatnot.
In a lot of cases, if you don't know where to start to look, you don't know what to look for. And to a lot of people, some things just don't exist. They don't exist outside of the bubble that they've existed in forever. It's like, and you can be very knowledgeable of your world around you, but not know as much about your past or have considered what it is. Or there's styles of music you might not have considered. None of this conversation was going to be on the show, but now we've been talking.
We can put some of that conversation.
It's going to be now. Yeah. We cut off the bit where we were shit talking some of the local music talent. But,
no, I'm saying, we could have cut it off after that. So
support local bands. Hi, everybody. We played some songs. We played "It'll Be Me" by Chinook. Some of these songs I've like played a lot. So like
Chinook is just badass. I mean, they deserve to be played. I like those guys.
But like we got these songs right after our last show, I guess, and I didn't play them. It's like I was like, we didn't play these on our show yet, but I guess not, because like Flight and this Chinook.
Everything I've heard from Chinook has been awesome.
Yeah, they were awesome. Them and Kid Blast, same band, great stuff. You can find all that on our YouTube page. Like and subscribe to our YouTube page. Thank you very much. It'll Be Me by Chinook. Mr. Dog did Hilltop. Let Me Downs did Delayed Departure.
Yeah.
The Whole Bolivian Army did...
Pat's band?
Yep.
Let Me Down? Pat Hill. Woo!
The Whole Bolivian Army did
Whole Bolivian Army. Great friends of mine. Gotta love them.
Yep. And we started that off with Ashbib doing Tacoma.
Ashbib. Friends after friends after friends.
Yep.
You know, this is awesome. It was just amazing.
Yep. That's why you've enjoyed all the songs so much.
I mean, I remember... No, it wasn't Ashbib. What band was that? Was it you guys? I think it was you guys. That you had band practice. I was sleeping on the couch. And I was sleeping, literally, as you guys were practicing. It was a couch off to the side, and I think it was that the one where the kitten was. Or was that Bonsort?
That was Bonsort downtown.
Yeah. Yep. I took a nap.
Yeah, that space we affectionately refer to as the Ghetto. And it's on 24th and Pacific. It was, for a brief time, Relayer Records. I believe that's what it was called.
Is it a Neon Light place?
It was a Neon Light place for a while in the years after. It's been a few things. Pacific Studios.
What is it now?
I don't know if it's anything right now.
Oh, okay.
It was a great space. There was a band called English Crash, or The English Crash. They had the space, and it was an office space, a basement office space, or half basement office space, and had a side door. At the time, there was only the side door. That was the only way in. One way in. It's a one-way entrance, and you walked into a big open office, basically. Big office. Yep. And to the left, there was another room that was, it had an open window, right?
Yep.
And a doorway that was open. No door and no window. It was just open.
Yeah.
And you could walk in there. So it was like almost like a counter. And you could do whatever from there. And there was a secret room up top in that room. Up above that room, there was a secret room. Very few people knew about that room.
I remember a loft, but I don't think it was there. It was a room that had a big old loft.
This is a secret room. And then if you were to go back to that main space, as you walked in the door, if you were to go to the right, at the back there and to the right, there was a hallway that went down to other rooms. And there was a set of bathrooms, a men's and women's bathroom.
Yep.
The men's eventually became out of order. And then there was two rooms. There was a room where another band would eventually practice, and then there was a room that was just kind of our lounge bedroom things where people mostly crashed in. But English Crash had the entire space at first, and this was in 1992. About right about now, June or so, or July of 92, Bonzort needed a place to practice. And either I was going to buy weed or they were buying weed from me. I don't know, one of these things. But there was an exchange of weed and money going on at this time. I had a mutual friend, Shane Knoll, who had introduced me to them. And rest in peace, Shane. And so they had this space and we needed a place to practice. We had started practicing at the metal shop, but it was just not our vibe. We needed something different.
It was so metal there.
It was metal, and it was also just we'd been there during PPU era, and a lot of us just wanted something fresher and cleaner in a sense.
Cleaner.
Just
cleaner.
Not that now. Mark did wonders with the metal shop, and it was miles apart from PPU. Yes. It was nothing like PPU. It was not as scummy or grimy. It was a much better, cleaner place, but it was still just a parking lot next to a sewage treatment plant. That's basically what it was. So we wanted to get at least 2 blocks away from there, and we did. We made a deal with these guys to practice there, and we were splitting the rent with them. Now, Bonzort moved in, but Daddy-O, our bass player at the time, was also in another band. He was in Eastern Star with Mark Wand. And Eastern Star moved with us and ended up occupying one of the rooms because we were splitting the space entirely. English Crash was taking their half and we were taking the other half.
Yeah.
So we got the half with the bathrooms, fortunately. And although your bathrooms were public, whatever.
We were closer.
And the main room, English Crash practiced on one side and Bonzart practiced on the other in a face-off kind of thing. And we just, scheduled our time. That was all never a problem, really. And so Eastern Star ends up moving into that back room, and then English Crash is like, oh, well, that's going to be probably extra, and it's like, oh, well, we're not paying extra, so that's a different band, basically. So they ended up working out a deal to rent that room to Eastern Star. Eastern Star didn't last but like a month, and then they split up, and that room became available, and that room was then occupied by Spooge. One morning, I was woke up by a knock on the door. And then I got up, and I opened the door, and this fucking bright light, because it's totally pitch black in the ghetto. And I'm in my nightgown, and Neil from Jolly Ranchers is standing there with someone I didn't know, and Neil's like, "Hey, we're here to show the room, because I think Portrait of Poverty had just moved in also." I think that they had started to occupy that one room in the back, right? They were just becoming a band, and I know that they did start practicing there, and it was probably right around this time. So Neil says, "Hey, I'm here to show this guy the room." It's like, "Oh, that room's taken. It's occupied. Sorry, pal. No room available here." And Neil's like, "No, the other one." It's like, "Other one?" And he knew what he was talking about. The other one, the one that Eastern Star used to occupy.
Yeah.
So again, I didn't know Spooge for shit, and I was just like, "Oh, some of English Crash's buddies moving in. That's great." And right next to us in our space, so it's kind of intrusive. As it turns out, all the guys from Spooge were really rad, and we all became good friends, much to the chagrin of English Crash. And English Crash had also moved in Portrait of Poverty, not knowing what they were getting into with that. So they were overwhelmed and overran with punks and hooligans and riffraff and stale beer and cigarette butts and parties and all after hour stuff. It was
Bottled
mayhem.
water spilt all over the place.
So eventually they threw a party. They said, hey, let's have a party. Bunch of bands. Good bunch of bands to play. We'll have a food donation thing that they set up on the flyers and stuff like that for some fake association, I guess, is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to badmouth them. They're all whatever.
Yep.
But anyway, we had this great party on Halloween. It was a great party. It was Ashbib. No, Ashbib did not play. Jolly Ranchers and Ivy and Bonzort and English Crash and a band Spooge. Spooge played.
Huh. Nice.
You were probably there.
Probably. I mean, I remember
you were
going
definitely
to.
there.
I remember going to a big party
You
there.
were definitely there. Actually,
Yeah.
it was like you would definitely have been there.
Yep.
You and probably Kathleen both.
Yep. Well, one of my most memorable times was when my daughter's mom abandoned me there, or we broke up for a little bit there because she didn't know I smoked pot at that time.
Yeah.
And she caught me smoking pot, and yeah, she didn't like that too much.
This was Halloween. There was joints in the balloons. Nick fell
Yep.
through the ceiling.
Yep. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was one of the greatest parties ever because there was joints in the balloons, and we didn't tell anyone. We
Yep.
just let joints be in the balloons.
Yeah.
And then at some point, someone says, "Hey, man, there's joints in the balloons."
Well, it's like pop, pop,
Yep.
pop, pop, pop.
And yeah, there's some other great stuff that happened that night. Anyway, then after that, English Crash changed the locks, kicked everyone out. And then there was a row, and everyone was upset. And then we eventually got our gear back, and that was that.
Yeah.
End of story.
I remember the whole nobody was we're locked out.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
Oh, Bob had peanut butter in his hair. That was the other thing I was trying to remember about the Halloween party that stuck out. Things that I don't know what his costume was, but he had peanut butter in his hair.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Oh, that's right. What was he? Was he poop?
No, I don't know.
Or
Maybe.
was
I don't
he
know. I don't do that. I don't
a
know.
shithead?
I don't know.
I think it was shithead, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. We'd have to ask him. Anyway, it was good times. Halloween 1992. Yeah, it was a good party. People fluctuated in and out. Like waves of people came in and out. Like whole crowds of people would come and go. It was fun.
Oh yeah, good times. We had a lot of cool parties.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
it was the island. That was awesome. Or the not the island, but I was up on the fridge filming.
oh, that was Inlet Island.
Inlet
It
Island.
wasn't actually an island. It was an inlet.
Yep. Oh, that was what it was. Yeah. That's right.
Uh,
I know it's like the water was like right there and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was up on the thing, and the cops came.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. That was 1988, Halloween of 1988.
I wonder where that film is.
Bob had it. Probably still has it. Says he doesn't have it.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. That 1988 show, that was the first time, pretty sure that was the first time Bonzort played ever. Our bass player, Brent Saunders, who would go on to the Lemons, he bailed, couldn't make the show. So we had Jason White fill in for us on bass. And the night before, we were practicing at my house, trying to teach Jason the songs. Brent was over there. He was helping us practice. And in the meantime, I was in the closet smoking an ounce with 4 or 5 other guys.
Yeah.
And then going back and practicing. And we learned Sweet Leaf, but we did not play Sweet Leaf. Or maybe Symptom of the Universe, I think we learned, but we didn't play it. I remember jamming it that night, though. It was rad. And Brent says to Jason, man, it doesn't even matter if you know the songs or not. It just matters if you look good or not. You know, and and that was famous. And then we ended up going to the show the next night. Big convoy of people went out there to Inlet Island, and we played with Fallen Angel. No, yeah, there were Fallen Angel at that time still.
Yeah.
That was the band Nick Gordon was in at the time when he was like 14 or 15. And we played a bunch of songs, man. We played our set. Miko reminded me decades later, that we played a song called Mr. Oofus by MOD. And that's hilarious. That one, he remembered it, and two, that we played it. We also played Lights Out by the Angry Samoans, which the Accused had covered. And we also played an Accused song, Maddest Stories Ever Told, because it was Halloween. That was a good spooky song. And we did those songs pretty well, actually, all things considered. They were a couple of our bigger hits. We also did at least half of Faster Pussycat Bathroom Wall.
Oh, nice.
Which someone afterwards said, dude, you guys played that better than Faster Pussycat. Like, because I seen them live. And they were horrible.
Yeah.
Which I also thought was a great compliment, considering we were horrible. I was a horrible singer.
Yeah.
I was not a good singer.
I think I saw them with Cinderella.
Yeah.
Or in somebody else. Oh God. I actually ran sound for them at the Cedarwood once, and there were a big band that was coming down. Not Stephen Piercy. That was at the Furwood, actually.
I remember you doing that.
Oh God. I don't know, I'll probably remember it, but I don't know. We should move on for that.
Winger?
Huh?
Winger?
No, not Winger. No, it was shit. He had a raspy kind of voice, kind of like Cinderella. He had a voice similar, kind of in that fashion. I'm trying to remember.
All I can hear is Cinderella now, right now in my head, just screaming at me.
Yeah.
Can't
remember.
Like, so, I'm an appreciator of music and screamers also, both those things. And Cinderella has some great songs, but I don't like his voice. Especially the more I listen to it, or the closer I pay attention to it. And similar with Nazareth.
Yes, very similar.
Now, and again, both have great songs, and some of them are really great. Like
Dancing on Coals. Dancing on Coals. Dancing with the angel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But put Dancing on Coals and it'll pop up.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
We'll find
I think
out.
that's the name of the album or the song. But yeah.
Bango Tango?
Yes.
I don't think they were ever big enough to ever come down.
That you got a point there. Bang Tango.
I think they were always
they're
right
Bang
out
Tango,
there.
Not Bango Tango.
Yeah.
Bang Tango.
They didn't have far to fall.
No. They were like on the tail end of what was happening when it started coming down.
Yeah.
But they're a great band, actually. They had a lot of good songs.
I am talking shit.
But do you recognize the name now?
Bango Tango.
Yeah.
I do. I do recognize
Bango Tango.
I'm talking shit because I can't remember any of their songs. But the thing about so many bands is they're great musicians.
Yeah. But his voice, once you hear his voice, you're going to go,
oh, yeah.
Now I know why you compared it to Cinderella and stuff like that. You'll instantly.
They have a song called where he's singing Bango Tango, don't they?
I don't know.
I think they do.
I mean, if you Dancing on Coals, it's like the epitome. It's one of their bigger hits.
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear him now. I'm pretty sure. I'm loath to listen, but I can remember him singing. We'll hear a little bit of it.
Yeah, just do like a quick 2 seconds.
Oh, we got to do this commercial
we gotta
first.
hear
Yeah.
Cool beer, yeah. Nice cool beer. It's
Yeah. Get to the singing. We're not here singing. No singing. I'd have to hear more, but I like him better than the other feller.
I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Since it's in its pitchy, his actually has tone.
Yeah. That reminded me more of Faster Pussycat.
Oh, excuse me.
Faster Pussycat was a little...
I was supposed to remind you about something about third...
Yep, I remember already. Thank you.
All right. Just making sure.
We'll see if I do that. Is it time for the music again?
I don't know. Let's see. Yes, I would say.
It is time for music.
All right.
To think that if I spoke, kids just wouldn't listen. Turned out I was a joke kid with no position. Grew proficient at spitting writtens and stitching a bitch in rhythm, but didn't consider the big picture for a minute. Then my friends started to die and go crazy. Then the biz started to die and go crazy. Benefits squandered and I've been so lazy. Been a bit somber outside of those 8 drinks. Here's the breaking point. Car in the light pole. Bonfire fighting with my Marmadukes and slight cold. Blood in my throat, choking on my pride. Champ, you better focus and start flowing for your life. No, I'm not a cipher blowing psychedelic psycho poet, but I played the role and show up many times over. Oh, word, this ulcer that's burned for years, and the ringing in my ears has finally disappeared.
Hey Dale, let's go drink with my grandma Bertzel.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen her in like a year and a half,
yeah,
man.
Dude, she's doing alright, man.
Remember when Jamie Hoke faked like she was drowning?
That was fucked up.
Hey, time is a luxury, life is a gift, that's a fifth. What the fuck are we doing? Sitting here talking about living, scheming and fibbing, dream about women. I'm gonna make it happen right now. I'm gonna make it all happen right now. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. You can wait for Armageddon or you can kick down that door.
I can't remember the last time I felt so asinine about my life. Reminds me of the time I almost lost a fight, but if I ever was in one, I end up with a split lip, cause they're full of shit. Lies are all I spit, equipped with the fist to tell the audience I'm well and pissed. In hell I wish that we could all be friends, but it's not gonna happen in this lifetime. I write rhymes to have our guestbook signed 100 times by an asshole trying to hassle Klein. I'm above average, a savage ad-lib, a classic story, a passionate, imaginative, inaccurate. We can all split the facts, you ass clown. I'm Tacktown bound, cause the other cities ain't that pretty and don't smell as shitty. It's found, proud to be an American, burying our fellow Aryan in the ground. Clearly it's time to be down now. We can allow, the reason we even frown is cause our underwears are brown.
Hey D-Child, I think the high schools are all on spring break right now.
Oh shit, that means the fucking 15-year-olds can party today.
Hey, don't talk about that on the record.
I'll bring that up every
word. Hey, time is a luxury, life is a gift, that's a fifth. What the fuck are we doing? Sitting here talking about living, scheming and fibbing and dream about women. I'm gonna make it happen right now. I'm gonna make it all happen right now. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tacoma cops couldn't shut us down tonight. Remember all the love right here. You can take it with you when you disappear. And when those downtown lights start burning out, we got the moonshine on the pier. Remember all the love right here. You can take it with you when you disappear. And when those downtown lights start burning out, we got the moonshine on the pier. Word up, Desnotic faculty.
Desnotic faculty. Nasty left versus your conservative right.
Word up, the 508 disturbance.
We got Fracadamian and nuts.
The free grazers.
Hella Mofton.
Public Bond.
Mr. Blood Cheeks.
That DJ Weekly Volcano.
The motherfucking fucking Muffin Men.
P-Pitty's in the house.
The MAWP Squad.
Word, fucking world famous piano tears.
Don't forget about Booty Poop.
How could I forget? What about the 3 best Sonics?
You know who you are.
Oh yeah, they know who they are, trust me. Does that sound too asshole to say? To say that? Yeah, it sounds like we're sucking our own dicks. Yeah,
it's all about being a rock star.
I agree.
Here's the thing, we started out friends. It was cool, but it was all pretend. Yeah. Since you've been gone, dedicated, you took the time. It wasn't long till they called you mine. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone, ain't all you'd ever hear me say is how I figured me with you. That's all you'd ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. It's never been on. Yeah, yeah. Thinking you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, how can I put it? You put me on. I even fell for that stupid love song. Yeah, yeah. Since you've been gone, how come I never hear you say, I just wanna be with you? I guess you never felt that way. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. It's never been on. Yeah, yeah. You, I get what I want. Since you've been gone, you had your chance, you blew it. Out of sight, out of mind. Shut your mouth and just can't take it. Again and again and again and again. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. So moving on. Yeah, yeah. Thinking you. Now I get what I want. I can't breathe for the first time. So moving on. Yeah, yeah. Thinking you. Now I get. You should know that I get what I want. And you've been gone. Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
And it's so far to live in a world that values hate. And it's so hard to breathe in a world that has peace. So take me back to somewhere far, somewhere in my heart. So take me to a place of love, can be one, and the world can be one. And there's so much tension everywhere these days. All you want to do is hide away, and your fears is stealing lies. Now tell me why did it go? Where did it go wrong? Now tell me why we are back. When will the world be one? Oh, when will the world be one? So confused and abused and don't know which way to go. So used and abused and know which way to go. So take me back somewhere far, somewhere beyond the stars, and tell me why we are back. When will the world be one? Oh, when will the world be one? So tell me when will the world be one?
Thank you. Yep.
All right, we are back.
Jingle bells.
Oh, the bell. Sorry,
Yep.
sorry.
It's all right. Hi, everybody. We're back as the bells signaled.
Hello.
We just heard a set of songs to finish out our day. We heard Dane Norman and the Chrysalis Effect doing When Will the World Be One? Bailey Ukulele did Since You've Been Gone. Old Face did Everyday Revolution. Murder Weapons did Serpent, and Biznautics started it off with Definitely Unfadable.
Yes.
Since You've Been Gone, that cover by Kelly Clarkson. I was telling you during the break that your birthday, I was going to karaoke that song, but I didn't. I had it when I left. But I was there was a brief project that was in the works about 10 years ago. Just on a whim, we were like Bob and I, and we're getting together with Tim Silvers. And I forget who else. Maybe it was Ryan. I'm not sure. Maybe it was Bill. I don't remember who else was in on that. But maybe it was Val. I don't remember. But we started learning Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. I was singing it.
Nice.
Yeah. Tim famously says that he's never done covers, but he was going to. Like, we were going to do it. But that might have been the deal breaker. That's why he stopped showing up.
That probably is.
Yeah.
But who knows?
But it was good while it lasted.
Nice.
Yeah. Seemed like there was something else I was going to note on there. But I don't remember what it was.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I do. The Bailey ukulele who did the song Since You've Been Gone, and Dane Norman. Both of these acts are playing. Reminds me of another thing I didn't play today. Damn it, Chris. Both these bands are playing at Music and Heart in Wright Park, not Music and Art in Wright Park, which is what we used to be affiliated with. Music and Heart in Wright Park is done by Real Art Tacoma, maybe? Or some guys? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not sure. See, I can't speculate. It's hard to know because there's not always a lot of information available. Like, I am seeing flyers for this upcoming event with listing of bands. This is great because in years past, I've not seen anything until like a couple of days before the event. So this week, yes, I have seen things promoting this event, which is great. They need to promote it so that people know about it. And I will promote it. I'll talk about it. I'm happy to talk about it.
Yep, heck yeah.
We support local music in all its varied forms.
Always.
Yep. And then a show in Wright Park is a great show to go to. There's a lot of good bands playing. The Fun Police are playing. Gilded Lily's playing. And the two acts I just mentioned, along with a couple other bands. I can't remember exactly who. So that's a good thing to check out. That is the 13th of August. Hopefully we'll have another show before then, and I'll play some more of the bands that are going to be on there. I'm sure that we will. That's 2-3 weeks away. 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time. We'll have at least one show between now and then, right?
Yeah.
Got to figure. Hopefully. Yeah. All right. Potentially could have guest hosts on a show. I'm not going to spoil it in case it doesn't happen because because it could have happened already, but it just hasn't.
Yes.
Like
well, every once in a while we have somebody on, but it's just few and far between for logistical reasons.
Yeah, we're
mostly.
still in the.
I mean, it's hard to get people somewhere on days that we're able to do this because a lot of people work, and a lot of that is it's hard. People are busting ass today to get by and stuff, so it's hard to do it. It's just that's why.
Yep.
So
that's one of the main reasons. Scheduling.
Yep. So it'll happen. You'll be surprised here and there. You never know. Sometimes we may end up at a lake.
That's true.
Or on the side of the road at a park, like you've seen. If you go back to our recordings, we're on the side of the road in a park.
If that video's still up. Half of our videos, or at least a fraction of our videos, not maybe a fifth of our videos aren't up. It's hard to say.
Well,
they get flagged occasionally.
Look for them anyways, because by doing that, you'll be looking through a lot of cool music.
Yeah. The audio is up. The audio podcasts are up. We've had a great few months of
I'm sure the hot tub one's still up because that wasn't too long ago. Or
there's no telling what is there. Like
damn the internet and its dealings and stuff like that.
Well, we've got a solution to that we'll eventually implement. We just haven't done it yet. We can't do it yet. Just not something we can just jump on and pull the trigger on at the moment. But we'll eventually have all the videos available for everyone to see eventually. All the audio podcasts are more or less available, I believe. Although not every service, not every podcatcher or streaming service seems to have every episode. It's weird. but you can find most of them. So it just makes it an adventure. You know, like Pokemon, you got to catch them all.
Every single one.
Yeah, there's tons of great music on all of our old shows with lots of great bands, and we'd be happy to hear from people who say, "Hey, remind us to play things, play these songs, play this band that you've not played in 2 years." Because there's bands we've not played in 2 years. There's bands I should have played today I didn't play.
And especially there's you out there that are watching this might know somebody that we don't necessarily know about or don't know how to access our stuff, and you might be able to help us out with that, so you could be a part of the show. You could contribute to this.
I mentioned a band earlier, English Crash. Don't have any of their material. I'm not sure if they recorded any, but I imagine they would have. And that would be great. It'd be great to hear them. It'd be great to hear them. I know that they would have recorded well. Like I assume they would have. Like they were competent, more or less. Everything's great. Like, you know, like, it's weird, but just hearing everything from all these old bands is great. I don't like every song by every band. I never liked every song by every band. I'm a Led Zeppelin fan. Never liked every song by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I don't like every song by Black Sabbath. And they both these got pretty high ratio of like songs I do like. Like you know, but then you get into like albums that are just like, not this album so much.
The ones that are repetitive, or you did that in this album, or you did this in this album, and sounds like copying this or whatnot. So that's kind of like the Greta Van Fleet band. How people say they sound like Led Zeppelin, but if you listen to them, it's only like 2 songs. There's one that's obvious. I mean, to me, it's just like blatant. But there's only really a couple songs. Other than that, you can hear the influence from The Who, The Clash. I mean, everybody. I mean, they got some cool styling, and the guitar playing is freaking just awesome.
Man, people borrow liberally from other bands. Yeah. Like that is part of rock and roll. I was having a conversation about this yesterday with Rick Casson. And so like some things are obviously plagiarism or you know, like the conversation was particularly about George Harrison, My Sweet Lord, He's So Fine. You know, they sued him for basically stealing that song. And I guess, but also, especially in those days of rock and roll, that was rock and roll. Rock and roll was like people would go to shows to learn songs that they were going to then go home and play
or whatever. Well,
to learn styles and techniques to rip off, but songs to play. Like, because people would get records, they would learn those songs, they would go out and play those songs, and then people would go and learn those songs from those people playing them and go play them in their own bands. And so that's how you'd get these different interpretations of things. Or people would then buy their own copy of that record and learn the song, whatever. It was just there was a lot of that about it. And we spoke about this briefly earlier today, probably off air, but like with cover bands and tribute acts and stuff like this. And there's a need for those things for a lot of reasons, and they have their place in society and music and the progression of music. Some people like it better, just they do, and you have to accept that. Like also, like not everyone is going to be as good as other people, but you have to allow people to suck. That was fully charged. It just didn't seem to cut it. Maybe we went a little long. Seems like we were not going long, but
we're right about where we should be ending. Actually, but we're a little bit long. Maybe 5 minutes.
I mean, we had extended in between songs. So that those weren't as tight as they could have been.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, so some things suck, and we have to allow them to suck. We play things sometimes that suck, and you, the audience, have to.
Well, it may only suck to us. There's still that person out there that. To them, it doesn't suck.
The way that we deliver music, I think that a lot of people might initially at least struggle with it. It's like, oh, I only like pop music. I only want to hear pop music.
I know. There's a people out there.
Yeah. Or punks or metalheads that are like, no, it's only punk or it's only metal. It's like, well, your favorite artists probably don't just like punk or metal. Some of them do.
Yeah.
You know, but like everyone, and this is something I've said for decades, is that influence is not just what you like, but it's what you don't like. These things influence you equally, and what you hate is influencing you. It's like, I don't want to sound anything like that, or I'm making music because I hate that music so much that I want to just drown it out. You know, it's like there's those things exist in the world, and that's how we get some beautiful, great music sometimes.
Well, I got somebody that was only into classical music, like pianos and stuff like that, and jazz and stuff like that. Hated heavy music because he said it was always chunk, 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 chunk. And I said, no. You need to check out some metal. Check out some of this that were. And he was just like going, that's amazing. That's and he says, is there any of this that doesn't have vocals? And I said, oh yes, it's a flurry of that stuff out there that like that. And so he's massively into that stuff now. And it's funny because he showed me a picture. I wish I could remember his name. I have him on Facebook, but he showed me a picture of him that he put eyeliner on, and he was all acting like he was a badass and stuff. It was just kind of hilarious and stuff. It was funny, because you never know. Because classical music, I mean, if you put distortion on it, a lot of times.
That's how like metal's been very much redeemed is because of its musicianship, and especially the guitar playing. I think that Randy Rhoads and a few other very technical guitar players really fed into this. Richie Blackmore and Yngwie Malmsteen definitely has a lot of classical. Steve Vai, exactly.
Joe Satriani.
Yep. And metal is very of that.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm starting to think of lunch now, and don't want to get too deep into anything because it's the end of the show. It's not time for long conversation.
Well, see, we're having that the crazy heat wave now. Well, we're gonna figure out how hot it is outside now because it was like what in the 80s.
Shoot, I don't even know. It was pretty nice out.
Yeah. Okay, now it's saying it's right about 88.
It's that hot already, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's cooking.
Yeah, so luckily I got AC in that car that I'm driving right now. Because if I was driving my van, there's no AC, and I wouldn't be able to roll down the window because I got to fix the stupid power window thingy.
Yeah.
Well, all right, people. You guys are all awesome out there.
Yeah, we appreciate you. And all the downloads. We have tons of downloads lately. Like, just a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. But I'm not understanding something about what I'm doing here. Anyway, thanks for everything. And like and subscribe. Follow us on feeds and things like this.
And explore local music. Buy local music. Support local music.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, your parents, your niece and nephew. Put headphones on your pregnant girlfriend. Play some local music to the baby to get them prepped for it and stuff like that. And yeah, we'll be making the world a better place day by day by day, song by song.
That's right. Goodbye.
This backwash town, drowning in the sound. The noise deafens us with gossip.
Everywhere I go, men mention your name. I feel so bad, cause you belong to me. The scheming here and there, spending my money everywhere. Just search your heart in and out, cause you don't love me no more. You don't know, oh, how I feel. My love is so real. Can't understand why you treat me like you do, when I've been so good to you, girl. What a price I have to pay just because love came away, and I was so lonely. I just can't stand it, girl. Change gonna come. Now let me tell you something. Change gonna come one day. Change gonna come. Keep on crying,
What you gonna do without me, baby? You probably live your life, and it's about time to live mine. I must have hit my head, cause I forgot to please myself before I please anybody else. But what am I here for? I won't let the exit hit me as I walk up out the door. Hey, what you gonna do here? What you gonna do? Yeah, yeah. What you gonna do without me, baby? Don't live your life. You'll probably live your life, and it's about time to live mine. Don't waste your time on someone who won't spend it, no. And don't be in love with someone who ain't in it, no. This is a PSA, so starting today, yeah. Live your life, yeah. Live your life. Live your life. What's he gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah. You'll probably live your life, and it's about time I live mine. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah. What you gonna do without me, baby? You'll probably live your life. It's about time I live mine.
Under your breath, you can't hear it. That's all you out. I'm sick of hearing only weak when you say to brother. Why can't you say it to my fucking face? To think that I used to call you a brother. A mistake I was to forget. You know what you deserve, don't enough. You think no one let you hear the truth. It goes in one ear and out the other. You don't hear me or my words. Beat around the bush, punch you with that foot. Stand with your chest or don't speak at all. Your time's up! Your story's gone! They'll find you! Ice fucking cold!
everything in our lives. Only the time will tell. If all the excuses prove you right, now you're an apple blossom, waiting for something awesome. Come and make me rock your feet, take you away. You won't leave and I won't go. You won't leave and I won't go. So much for that yesterday. I'm finer here today. So sisters, so sisters, lifters, so sisters, so sisters. Where we go, sisters, so sisters, lifters, sisters, sisters.
make movies. Deuce, nickel, tray, okay, we stay moving. It's a fast-paced city, the city after a bag. Where we gotta get it, you don't, it's all bad. Reaching in the bag, I just grab me the heat. Probably won't share a sip, I'ma pass it to me. Keep it pimpin', not slipping as we dip through the streets. Have her missing in the quickness, nigga, trust and believe. It's really factual, ain't from the hood, nigga, we taxing you. Listening to jiggers, we mushing through the avenues. We ain't really tripping on niggas with women attitudes. Ain't really tripping on niggas with women attitudes. A whole lot of gas and no time for the break. You can stay with the losers, I'm just one of the great. Give it up for the city, give it up for the state. This the place we call home, I would never escape. Nigga, welcome to the town, no doubt it gets poppin'. All we know is gas, no brakes, there's no stopping. If you wanna party, come fuck with a G. It's the house, make them bounce in the 2-5.
Go what you please.
253. That TAC. They go on in these streets. Feel me, nigga, what you please.
What you please.
253. That TAC. They go on in these streets. Feel me, nigga, what you please.
I age like fine liquor. A toast to the good life, me and my niggas, yeah. The plot's getting thicker than 40 T's. I'm Superman of Steel, yeah, Christopher Reeve. 253 degrees, I'm hell hot. I tried to told ya, but you wasn't feeling your fella. Lost everything, now I'm back in the groove like Stella. Got your neck hurting, that's cause the beat slap. Beating on my chest like King Kong. Yeah, the beast is back from the days when we used to cook it up and freeze the crap. Rushing cars like Marshawn. Big sack like Saint Nick. Get it off till it's all gone. Vominos in the front yard. At the table with the homies slamming dominoes. It's Sue, son. I'm up in the ghost house. I shop on the top shelf for something to blow out. Told the homie that's a good look. Got Kayla from the gas team on the bridge. Like a fish about to find the hook. Ghetto and Luch.
253. That TAC. They go on in these streets. Feel me, nigga, what you please.
What you please.
253. That TAC. They go on in these streets. Feel me, nigga, what you please.
What you please.
253. That TAC. They go on in these streets. Feel me, nigga, what you please.
What you please.
253. That TAC. They go on in these streets. Feel me, nigga, what you
some music niggas know my name. And my whole team, City Hall of Fame. So much flavor, you can get a taste. Tacoma is my city, reading all the greats. When it comes to music, niggas know my name. And my whole team, City Hall of Fame. So much flavor, you can get a taste. Tacoma is my city, reading all the greats.
Sometimes I go insane, cause I'm a maniac. Steps out of line again, the noose around my neck. I'll die 7-7, there ain't no looking back. They got no fucking future, a triple heart attack. I don't care, I don't wanna be like you. Keep running out my man, gonna lead you through. I don't give a shit about you. When tomorrow comes, we're remember you. Remember you. Remember you. Sometimes I go insane, cause I'm the maniac. Guess the best switch again, so step the fuck back. I got the crazy feeling that I ain't coming back. The gun in my head said, there ain't no looking back. I don't care, I wanna be like you. You run out the bed, you think you're through. I don't give a shit about you. When tomorrow comes, we're remember you. Remember you. Remember you. Stop the maniac, step out of line again. That noose around my neck. Stop time, damn it, there ain't no looking back. They got no fucking future, a triple heart attack. Sometimes I go insane, yes, I'm the maniac. Step to the switch again, so stab the fuck back. I got some crazy feeling that I ain't coming back. The gun in my head, there ain't no turning back. I don't care, I wanna be like you. You run out the bag, it'll lead you through. I don't give a shit about you. When tomorrow comes, we'll remember you. Remember you! Remember you! I don't care, I wanna be like you. Keep running out the
shed my skin, lose the flesh and blood that keep me shackled to the surface. I wanna groove my wings, join the angels carol, singing praises unto heaven. Bring me to light and joy, show me eternal peace. My heart will be at rest when my soul has been released. You were so heavenly. Someone clipped your wings and sent you flailing down to be with me. Blessed with the kiss of God, a vision of the sweetest of salvations handed down to me. But then you left, see, you never wanted to leave. I'm gonna join you, yes, I'm gonna join you now. Bring me to light and joy. Eternal peace. My heart will be at rest when my soul has been released. Release, yeah. Release, yeah. Time to fly. Use the flesh and blood to keep you shackled to the surface. I wanna groom these wings, join the angels carol, singing praises unto heaven. Bring me to light and when my soul has been
like swag, grub, ring, dang, dang, yo, girl. Swag.
Oh, man. A lot of you motherfuckers gonna hate me for this. Hey, but I don't give a fuck. Hey, this is A-Bomb. Show you some real music, let's go. Swag. Swag. Everybody up on YouTube, clicking for my views. Follow something cool, now they dropping at a school. What they call it, swag. Swag, 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 swag. Bitch, I'm a beast and I'm feasting on these beats. And I spit that real shit cause I made it out the streets. Hear me saying, fuck your swag. Fuck your swag. Now go and get mad. I am not a teacher, but the class in session. You in the bleachers while I run the concession. Yeah, I'm about my biz. Ask my witnesses. Getting big in the gym, how my fitness is. Watch me handle shit from their own perspective and see me dismantle this bitch. My words interjected. Cruising on these tracks, rolling intersection and crash all this whack rap. Stop it, intervention. Yeah, motherfuckers wanna talk about the swag. I got charisma with a pen in the pad. These conscious writtens I'm spitting leave you in the dust and haze lit up like I'm taking a drag. Nowadays the less talent, the more famous. Stupid ass gimmicks, then claim to be the greatest. All these tattoos don't even have a meaning. Bunch of damn fools, I'm surprised that they still breathing. But I'ma still do me, terrorize their bandwagon. I'm running shit now, can't beat me with your fucking pants sagging. YouTube, clicking for my views. Follow something cool, now they dropping out of school. What they call it, swag, swag, swag. Swag, swag, swag. Bitch, I'm a beast and I'm feasting on these beats. And I spit that real shit cause I made it out the streets. Hear me saying, fuck your swag. Fuck your swag. Now go and get mad. I ain't hating nobody that's trying to make a living, but I'm fed up with the monotonous repetitive spitting. Y'all mimicking gimmicks, get rid of it and try to be creative. But then again, it's impossible. Y'all scared of being hated. Yeah, pussy boys do anything to fit in. I'm the oddball of the bunch that's constantly spitting. Continental drifting, tectonic plates shifting. My earthquake presence strikes fear and I'm making y'all shit in. Yeah, A-bomb blasting craters, never listen to the maters. I brush them off on my boss, back to stacking papers. And in a league of my own, I'm the fucking best. The only one in my lane, different from the rest. I'm on a one-way trip, shooting for the top of my region. Believe it, momentum is never stopped. Honestly, if I don't make it, won't be disappointed. Cause I keep true to myself, stitched to the game, I'm your boy. Up on YouTube, click it for my views. Follow something cool, now they dropping out of school. What they call it, swag, swag, swag. Swag, swag, swag. Bitch, I'm a beast and I'm feasting on these beats. And I spit that real shit cause I made it out the streets. Hear me saying, fuck your swag. Fuck your swag. Now go and get mad.